Hello, this is Julie Burns with HR Education Edge. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. It is January 17th, 2024, and today we're going to be talking about employee time management. And this is a workbook that I created. I think it's very important that leaders give employees the tools to manage their time. Number one, it's going to impact their productivity, and it's going to be able to give them tools to focus. And number one, there are probably about 18 strategies in here. I would actually not throw all the strategies at the employees at once, but perhaps maybe once a week during your weekly meeting. Just go over one of the strategies, have them try it for one day, follow up with them at the next meeting and see what works for them. And maybe one of these strategies will work for them and they will become a more productive employee. So as a leader, that is expected of you. So with that being said, this is the front cover, but I'm going to switch over to Word. This is a PDF. Switch over to Word where it has the outline of all the various strategies. We're going to be looking at time blocking. That is very, very, very popular. The Pomodoro technique, the Eisenhower matrix. Now, this is absolutely one of my favorite time management strategies. It's definitely needed in HR, and I will definitely let you dig in deep with it when I dig in deep. I will definitely dig in deep with it as we go over it. Batch processing, personal deadlines, mind mapping, daily top 3, digital detox, reflection and adjustment, utilizing technology wisely. So I may not go over all of them, but I do want to hit on a good many of them. The first one that I've included, as a leader, you could introduce time blocking. One of the quotes I remember is, if you don't take care of if you don't take over your day will take over you. So if you don't schedule your day will take over you. So basically taking control of your day with this strategy. Hope I said that correctly, but I think you know what I mean. So time blocking. This involves dividing your day into distinct blocks of time, each dedicated to a specific task or type of work. It's about scheduling your tasks. Let's say from 1 to 3, I'm going to be working on this analysis report, as opposed to analysis report, check off on the checklist. You are purposely scheduling your day. You are being very proactive in what you're doing through the day. It minimizes multitasking and distractions, helps in managing time efficiency by focusing on one task at a time. Now, I believe a lot of people think that you can multitask. You cannot multitask. Actually, multitasking, I do believe within a particular study, shows that you're actually not getting as much done as you think you are. So it will help you focus. In this workbook, questions. How can I segment my day to align with my priorities and energy levels? I was reading something yesterday where energy levels are their highest in the morning for a lot of people. So therefore, you don't really want to go in and the first thing you do is check everybody else's agenda and check everybody else's email and attack the emails, because if you're receiving an email, more than likely that's somebody that's wanting something from you and they are taking up your day, which, it could be very important, but you want to take over your day. So sometimes if your energy level is high, you want to schedule your most productive task. You want to schedule your most important task during the day and then attack your emails a little bit later. So right here, which tasks should I assign to my most productive hours. And right there, just a little bitty time block right there, where employees can just like do a little example of what they would be doing, as opposed to a checklist. Okay, daily top 3. That's another very popular strategy. You identify and focus on the 3 most critical tasks of the day. And this ensures that these priority tasks receive the attention they deserve, provides clarity and direction in daily work. Question, how can I determine the top 3 tasks of the day? If you don't know, I would ask your supervisor, hey, how can I determine this? But more than likely, if your employee has been working for you for a while and has been in the work world, they will more than likely be able to know. They will know what their priorities are for the day, top 3. Let's see. And then it gives you an exercise. Mind mapping. This is also something they bring that's been brought up many times. A lot of people, they're very visual. So actually drawing out ideas or projects and putting different lines and making different shapes. It kind of just helps people see, different facets of a particular project. And there is a example in the back where your employee will be able to do this strategy. Digital detox. This is something where, you hear about it every now and then, and it's something that we should all do from time to time, or basically every day. Allocating specific periods during the day to disconnect from digital devices and online communications. So there will be uninterrupted focus. I keep on bringing up all these studies. Obviously, time management is a huge thing, and I've read a lot about it and studied a lot about it. And when an employee actually takes their mind off their task and maybe goes and reads their email, it takes like 30 minutes or maybe more to get back on that task. So if you digital detox, you're not going to be going back and forth. You're going to have a focus. And time management is all about focus. And it's about leaders giving the tools to their employees to be the most productive that they can be within their department. Okay? And here are, when can I incorporate digital detox periods into my daily schedule? How can I ensure adherence to these periods for maximum benefit? And, within maybe, like I was mentioning, within your weekly meetings with your employees or whatnot, have them do this for a day and then have them come back to you and just see which one is working, which one isn't. Now, this one I haven't heard of, but I read up on it and I decided to include it and put a little description. I put these descriptions together and then I put the importance of what I think it is. And then I come up with some exercises that I think would, be very valuable. So with this one, you work for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break. And this cycle is repeated with a longer break after every 4 Pomodoros. And this is something, actually, when I think about it, this is what my mom does. She works hard for 25 minutes and then she takes a break. She works hard for 25 minutes and takes a break. And I think there's something to that because she is a very, very productive woman. It balances intense focus with rest, and you're preventing burnout. And that's a huge thing in this day and age, is preventing burnout. I said I wouldn't go over all of these, but it appears as though I am. The Eisenhower Matrix. I absolutely love this one. Let's see if I can open it up. I'm going to do this. Whoops. Now you can see so many more. I love this one because when people are coming to you, let's say if you were in HR, right? they're giving you things, and you know what? Everybody thinks what they need is important, and everybody thinks what they need is important and needs to be addressed now. But you have to understand, you have to be able to compartmentalize the different items that people need. All of them are not urgent and important. Some of them might be important, but not urgent. Some you may need to delegate, especially if you're a manager. And if it's not really important or not really urgent, you may want to delete it. But the thing is, and what I've seen with employees and other HR managers is they will attack the first task that comes in the door, on a Monday, and the second person that comes in the door on a Monday, they'll do their task and their task. And before you know it, the urgent and important tasks that are due maybe to your boss are not completed. So I think in the back, I've created an Eisenhower chart, and you can give it to your employees and just have them write out, once they receive a task, which box should it go in? Which box should it go in? And I tell you what, this is definitely one of my favorites. And I'm going to read over it. A framework for prioritizing tasks by categorizing them into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance: do, decide, delegate, and delete. It enhances decision making and task prioritization, and it helps in focusing on what's truly necessary and eliminating the non-essential. Okay, so in your employees, when you introduce this particular task to them, ask them these questions or work with them on these exercises. They may actually not know how to break their tasks down into the various different quadrants. So how do I differentiate urgent tasks from important ones? What criteria should I use to delegate or eliminate tasks? And like I said in the appendix, you'll have something, and maybe you can throw a little quiz or a little game into the mix, perhaps within that weekly meeting, to see if your employees know how to do this. I would really love for them to do it, because I tell you what, as a leader, and I know those that are reading this are leaders, they will want to introduce this one. I'm going to pass over batch processing. Let's see. Setting personal deadlines, I think that's very important. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of people don't do that. I tell you what, a lot of people, and I can honestly say this, sometimes, you basically do a checklist, but you want to set deadlines. You want to be, I'm trying to think of the word, intentional. You want to be intentional with your day. So you want to be able to say, hey, from this to this, I've got this going on. From 1 to 2, I'm going to be reading emails. So back to, I think I went off a little bit, but setting personal deadlines, I think that's very important. Set personal deadlines for your current task slightly ahead of the actual deadlines, which is pretty smart. Monitor your progress and document. If the early deadlines helped you complete tasks more efficiently. And oh my goodness, it takes off so much stress when you complete something actually before it's due. You just don't understand. And you know what? You actually can. Use technology wisely. Sometimes I think, and it depends on the person. I know that at one time I used, there was an app, Get It Done or whatever. It was on my phone. It was perfect. And it would keep me on task, and it would remind me, it was the to-do list or something like that. And it would remind me of the different tasks that were due. And the tasks would keep on coming or being emailed to me and kept me on task. So utilizing technology wisely. Leveraging time management apps. There's also a time management app that I would use a lot where you could actually, I'd be working on something and on my phone, I would put 30 minutes. And I gave myself 30 minutes to complete something. And if I didn't get it done in that time, I'd probably say 5 more minutes or whatever. But that was another great tool. So perhaps you can actually have one of your employees do some research and be able to share with the rest of your team, what are some technologies that are out there that can be used. Okay, reflection and adjustment. Let's see, we regularly reviewing completed tasks and work habits, then adjusting strategies and plans based on the reflection to improve efficiency. I think, and I pretty much know that most people do this. They try one thing, it doesn't work. They try another thing, it doesn't work. And finally, you get into your groove. All about trying to facilitate self-awareness of productivity and efficiency. And it encourages a mindset of continuous improvement. So reflection and adjustment is also one that would be great to introduce to your team. The Eisenhower matrix, I love. The technology one I love, but I'd love for you to introduce these to your team or, even try them yourself. But with that being said, let's take a look at the appendix, drawing a mind map. And I tried to put the best directions I could in doing this, drawing a mind map. And I even gave instructions and then like a little scenario. So let's say one of your employees was given the project to organize a company's annual team building event. Okay, to plan and organize a successful team building event for the company that caters to all employees, enhances team cohesion, and is enjoyable for everyone involved. And you want to start with the mind map. And let's see where I put it. Here's your start of your mind map right here. And you start with a central idea, right? And then you create branches. Isn't that creative? You create branches. So you're going to do little lines. I don't think I can do lines with just a cursor, but do little lines like this. I'm sure you love the sound effects that have, venue, activities, budget, participants, and logistics. Add sub-branches for each of the main branches. Add sub-branches to break down the details. It just helps break down the details. Some people aren't big spreadsheet, doers or smart sheet, where you're like, okay, completed, action items, to-do list, or due date. Some people like to be able to see that. And I think this would be a great it'd be a great activity to do with your employees to see if, hey, this might be the ticket to get them to be more productive. And I think this in essence is a lot of fun. So you have each branch and you break out the branches and incorporate tasks and responsibilities, list specific tasks and assign responsibilities. Look, assign to John. Some people, they would, if they were looking on a spreadsheet, they wouldn't really be looking at the entire project. They would just be focusing on that one line or those couple lines of Excel rows. And they wouldn't really be able to see, hey, this needs to be delegated to John. Timeline and deadlines. Add another layer to the map for timelines. Indicate when each task should be started and completed. And all this data is going to be going on this one sheet that someone can visually look at. How easy is that? I've done it and it's actually very enjoyable and it actually does work and it actually is kind of fun. Utilize different colors for different categories. So, people, when you're giving presentations. I know Steve Jobs a lot of times would, when he got up in front and he would speak about Apple, in the back, he would have one icon in the back, and it would just be an apple. It would just be an apple in the back while he spoke. And that particular apple was what people associated his speech with. So with this particular, using colors and images, the individual who was creating the mind map is going to be like, yellow, that is John's area. Pink, that is Sally's area. This is genius. Besides my Eisenhower matrix, review and adjust. So a lot of fun, something to introduce to your team. Okay, Eisenhower matrix, super excited. Here are some of the tasks. Remember, I said let's give your team some various tasks and see where they would put them. Prepare a presentation for next week's client meeting. Okay, so is that urgent and important and it needs to be done immediately? Or is it important but not urgent? Well, number one, it's important, most definitely, if you're dealing with a client. But you know what? It's next week, so it's not urgent, but it is important. So you'd put it in this box right here. Respond to a series of urgent emails from various departments. If they're urgent emails, I would say from various departments, and they're pretty urgent and important. And then you go on, and you have your employees look and see where they put each of these tasks. So this is a lot of fun too. Drawing the mind map, and there's even a quiz at the end. Now, like I said, you probably want to purchase just maybe one of these, obviously, and take the time to, maybe make, as a leader, I think it's always fun to introduce things, whether you and your team are reading a book for the week, not for the week, but for the month, and then you talk about it. So perhaps for the next 2 months, you'll focus on time management. And then each meeting, don't have it monopolize the entire meeting, but actually do a fun little activity that is tied into time management. So individuals can get time management top of mind. And guess what? They will be talking about time management with each other, what's working, what's not working. They can help each other. It's just a win-win overall. And so I really hope you've enjoyed this particular YouTube. Super excited about it. I know it's a lot. You can purchase this on my Etsy page. I will link it to, I will put a link in the bottom where you can purchase it. And if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you like my templates. I really think they help individuals, thrive within their business. So with that being said, with the word thrive, please like, share, or subscribe to my channel. And I thank you for listening, and have an amazing day.